And see, today, without any delay, and I'm so grateful to my mentor, like Sam Owens. Today, I'm here in this stage is because of all like Sam Owens. And once again, let's all wish a very, very, very happy birthday to Sam Owens. Okay, today Sam Owens has turned like 32 years as of like 10th August 2021. And I'm going to share my top 32 learnings without any delay and without any fluff directly, right? And way to the point. See, Sam Owens, like I started following like Sam. This is like a quick intro, like how I got started and how I became part of the programs and everything. I had that very keen interest of learning from mentors, learning from doers from a very young age, right? From the time when I was in college, like 17, 18 years, I always used to go to events and I thought something was like lacking in me how to get started. I was having low self-esteem, low self-confidence. I was thinking what I have to do in order to grow, and I was not knowing exactly what to do. Then one fine day I was able to find Sam, and I'm so grateful, right? And one thing what I remember is you are what you consume. Like it doesn't matter. It's not just about the food what we eat. It is our surrounding, our environment, what we eat. Everything matters. Productivity, like people think it is just one thing. It's not just about one thing. Like your environment matters, like your mentors matter, the food what you eat matters, the place what you stay, everything matters. And I'm so grateful. I know you guys know who this person is on the left, right? Tell me in the chat who is that? Like the most famous guy on the internet, right? Like 𝗨𝗨𝗃𝗃𝗃. Like I got introduced to Sam Owens from 𝗨𝗨𝗃𝗃𝗃. Before that, I was not knowing who was Sam Owens. One day, I stumbled upon an ad on like YouTube, which tells about knowledge. If you want to become successful, read the books. And I have to be so thankful and grateful to 𝗨𝗨𝗃𝗃𝗃 because without him, I wouldn't have met Sam. Right? He inspired me. He inspired me to read books, and that's how I got started by learning, reading books, and following the best mentors out there. And this is how the journey began. And this is like the photo, like you guys can see over here, Sam, right? Like Sam was like very much fascinated about computers from a very early young age. Like he was always curious, he was always learning. And this is how he got started. And that is what I believed in. One thing like mentor, like how we can choose a mentor also, I'm going to tell you. A mentor, you have to choose a mentor who is congruent to you, who has a similar story, who has similar passion and obsession like you, right? And many things I was able to relate with Sam. And it's all about like laser focus. One word which almost every student out there knows about Sam is like laser focus. When you focus on one thing, like you can get the most things out there, right? And that is how like we'll be able to succeed. And this is how actually Sam got started, all the way from New Zealand. When he got started, like he was out there, he was doing like so many things, and one day, like he decided he wanted to do something great, and he started from his garage. From he was a dropout of his college, and that's how he got started. And today, we have to be so grateful because of like Sam. He started teaching whatever things he had learned from. Whatever he had learned, he was showing it to a small group of people, and like very soon, like more and more people started to join, and more people were attending his one-to-one coaching, then group coaching and online courses. Today, Sam Owens is like one of the top 30 under 30 for like Forbes entrepreneur magazine, and he has produced like so many amazing results. And his office is in New York, and like these places. And the most important thing is self-investment is the best investment in the world. That is what I believe in. That's what I kept on learning from Sam. And you guys can see over here the books and the things, right? Because what I believe is like you have to keep on learning, and that is why I'm so grateful, right? Only when you learn, like you will be able to adopt and go to the next things. And see, I'm like the best guy for you to share about like Sam and the things what I have learned. And here is like the real proof you can guys can see, right? Like from last 3 years, I came to know about Sam. From last 3 years, I kept on following. I was always interacting in the communities and in the Facebook groups and everything. Like, because what I believe is like learning happens in two ways. One is like directly from the mentor, and like you will be able to meet a lot of people from the amazing groups, and that is how I learned, like accountability partners and people and all. Do you guys agree or not? Learning happens in three ways. One is directly from the mentor, and one is surrounding yourself with the people who have the same goals, same dreams, same vision. And the third thing is like aligning like people with the same goals and purpose. And that is how I got started. And this is what the short story about Sam and how he got started and how I got connected to Sam. And now I'm going to share you like quickly like 32 rules, like 32 pillars, what I've learned from Sam Owens. How many of you guys are excited? Just tell me excited in the chat, okay? And the comments, and I'm going to tell you one by one. My humble request is it will be like super amazing. Pay close attention, and so that you can get the most. And make sure that there is no any distractions. Make sure there is no any distractions out there here, and we'll get started. And have you guys have like your book with you? Do let me know, okay, in the chat, like your book, so that there is no any distractions. Like your book, diary, whatever it is there, like you guys can get it. Perfect, awesome. Like the number one pillar which I want to tell you right now is focus. Narrow the focus on one thing, okay? Like the most important thing is like I believe like today we live in the age of information. Do you guys agree or not? There is so much of information. 30 years back, for you to find out what goal to choose, it was very difficult. Today we have so much of information and we can't come to know which one we have to choose. Do you guys agree or not? Right? So many opportunities is there. If you want to make $1 million, there are like hundreds of ways, millions of different ways. Choosing which opportunity to go is the biggest problem out there, right? And you have to ask one thing: what is the thing which you're extremely obsessed, and what you're extremely passionate? Based on that, like you have to go. Tell me in the chat, guys, what is that one thing which you guys are extremely obsessed? It's all about like when you're completely obsessed, like you'll be able to grow. And laser focus is all about you have to focus on one thing, you have to completely do it, then go to the next level. And that is how it works. See, there is no any like as Warren Buffett tells, right? Like the number one pillar, or like the number one thing which made Warren Buffett and Bill Gates also so successful, and even Sam Owens so successful, is because of laser focusing on one thing, right? Focus on one thing, then go to the next thing. That is the most important thing. If you do it properly, like you will be able to scale. And the number one thing is like laser focus on one thing, one traffic, one product. Master it, then go to the next thing. Right? Jack of all trades is master of none. Do you guys agree or not? Right? In school, we learn you have to learn this, you have to learn that, but it's all about like mastery. You have to become good in one thing. That's the number one pillar, laser focus. And second most important pillar is like planning every day. Planning is the most important thing. 92% people in the world don't get what they want is because they don't plan. When you plan, you will be able to achieve whatever you want in life. And in the world, you don't achieve the dreams because you don't write them down. See, when you write it down, see what like your time goes. See, it's all about like you have to know how you prioritize your time and properly plan it. Like, how many of you guys know Parkinson law? Just tell me yes in the chat, okay? Like, Parkinson law is all about, imagine you view like one whole day to do something. Like, you will take the whole day. If I want to tell you with amazing example, imagine like you are studying in a school or college, 50 days vacations you have. And in fact, we never complete our vacation on first day. We wait until the last day. On the last day, we complete it. That is what Parkinson law is all about. Like we wait until the entire time is 12, right? Like that's why the most important thing is you have to know how fast you're going to do and have a deadline. A goal without a deadline is like completely useless. Planning every day, like plan for three things. What is the number one, number two, number three things which you're going to do, and work upon it, execute upon it, and that is how like you'll be able to achieve. And that is the number one most important thing. Like you have to know exactly what to do. Like planning is the key. Once you are able to plan, like you will be able to achieve like super amazing things. And next is the next most important pillar is never listen to masses. Do you guys agree or not? Right? If you want to become successful, you have to learn from winners, people who are already on the top. See, there is always someone who is going to tell you you are not good, you are not like you are not born to do this thing. They're always wrong to think. Different people who think different gets the majority. Right? Like happiness, peace, freedom. Don't copy anyone. See, be you. That is the most important thing. Believe in yourself. Everybody is unique. As Albert Einstein said, everybody is genius. It is all about like you have to know what is that one thing which you're extremely obsessed and start working upon it. Don't think about like what people will think, what our parents will think, what our girlfriend, boyfriend. It doesn't matter. Never listen to masses. Like just focus on the things which you're extremely obsessed and start working upon it. And nothing matters. Only learn from doers. Don't listen to someone who has not done anything. Do you guys agree or not? And that is the goal, right? And that is how like you'll be able to achieve massive things. Amazing. And the fourth most important pillar is diet. See, the food what we eat is the most important thing. Like as a human being, like we get energy from carbohydrates, glucose, like the food whatever we eat, like it goes into our body and like the entire parts, like the blood circulation, everything happens. Have a good diet. Don't eat lot of sugar. Don't drink much alcohol, or don't even drink alcohol. Okay, eat healthy food, especially plants and more water. The majority of our body is made up of water. 70% of our human body is made up of water, right? 70% of this planet Earth is made up of water. You guys agree or not? Right? The more water you drink, the more hydrated you are, the better you can work. Right? Eat good hygienic food. Food is the most important thing. If you eat great hygienic food, like you will be able to have amazing things. And the next most important pillar, the fifth one, is sleep. Sleep is like one of the most overrated terms when it comes down to entrepreneurship. Do you guys agree or not? Right? Like some people tell you have to keep on working, like you have to work like a dog, or like you have to hustle, right? Like hustle culture, like you have to hustle. See, life is not just meant to work. Work is good, but when you sleep properly, like your metabolism, like the body is going to get good rest. Like Elon Musk, like all great successful people sleep for 7-8 hours a day, right? Like one, like Jeff Bezos sleep like 7 to 8 hours. Like when you sleep, like you will get like your mind will be extremely calm, and like you will be able to do amazing things, and it reduces like your stress levels, and like you will be able to do amazing things. And that's why I highly recommend like 7 to 8 hours like you sleep, so that you can focus. Like if you don't sleep properly, do you guys agree or not, like we'll be in a drunken state, right? Just imagine 2 days or 3 days you have not slept. We'll be like somewhere we won't even know. Do you guys agree or not? Right? Like we'll be in a different state. That's why sleep is the most important thing. Sleep well, right? Health is wealth. Do you guys agree or not? Health is wealth. There is nothing in the world which is like bigger than our own body and taking care of our body, right? And next most important sixth pillar is have a good environment. Having a good environment is a key, right? It's not about like one thing. Okay, having a good environment, have positive people who motivates around you, who makes you achieve the goal, and that is the most important thing. I am so grateful to have amazing team members with me, right? Like Asif and other amazing people. What happens is the energy what you get when you have that high energy is like tremendous. Do you guys agree or not? Right? I'll tell you like a story about like how when I wanted to do my video in the year like 2018 or 2019, I was like very afraid. What will people think? What can happen, right? Everybody is going to think, is this guy mad or what? Like, why is this guy making video? But when I was with my mentors, like I felt like so much courage, right? Like you are like the average. It's very simple. You hang around with 5 idiots, like you will be called the next the sixth idiot. Do you guys agree or not? Right? If you want to be the sixth idiot, hang around with 5 idiots. And the same applies counterintuitive, right? Like opposite. If you want to become successful, surround yourself with successful people, people who are like more driven, people who are like more hungry, people who have like big vision. That's the most important thing. having a good environment matters, because see, no matter how smart you are, if your environment is like extremely bad, if your environment tells you must not do it, like you can't succeed. Do you guys agree or not? Right? Like your environment matters. You are the average of 5 people whom you surround yourself with. And the next seventh most important pillar is like goal. Having a goal is the number one most important thing. Have a long-term goal. You should see a picture. You don't see the summit of Mount Everest, but you need to focus on the next steps on your foot to reach there. See, goal, like you have to break down like your goals into small goals. Like what is like your yearly goal, 6 months goal, quarterly goal, and monthly goal, weekly goals, and like daily action thing. A lot of people actually dream of like getting amazing goals. Everybody writes down in their diary and in the calendar on New Year Day or like Christmas Day or someday. But what happens is we never try to see it again, right? Like we forget it again and again. And the best way uh, for you to achieve whatever success you want is you have to write it in a diary. And I every single day write down, and that's the most important thing. You have to write down like your goals, right? Do you guys agree or not? When you write down like your goals in your diary or like book, it is like subconsciously it is said like when you write down there is like more chances like you'll be able to succeed, and like you'll also remember. And every single day you have to see what is your goal also, right? Today, because we live in hyper connected world, we forget very easily also, and that's the most important thing. And you have to practice that. And next equation over here is have like the next pillar. The goal constant change only variable. You can change only one thing at a time. A lot of people, like the number one mistake, like what most people try to do is they try to change multiple pieces of puzzle and wonder why they are not able to succeed. Example, like a niche, offer, results. Like a niche should be fixed, like your offer should be changing. If your offer is changing and if you change both the parts of the variable, like you can't get it. Like in simple terms, I'm going to tell you, how many of you guys understand like chemistry, right? Everyone knows chemistry over here. Like sulfur plus oxygen, sulfur dioxide, right? Like sulfur is there, oxygen is there, like two chemicals. When we collide both things, sulfur dioxide is formed. Like the same example applies over here also. Like C plus O2, like if O2 is like constant oxygen, CO2 is formed, carbon dioxide, right? Like N plus O2, nitrogen dioxide. And this is very simple. You have to change only one part of the variable, only then like you'll be able to see the results. Like if you try to change too many variables, it will be like extremely difficult for you to find out where exactly there is a loophole or like what change you have to do. And whenever you try to iterate, whenever you want to improve, keep one thing as a constant and change one more thing. That is how like you'll be able to do it. And the next most important pillar, number 9, is chaos. See, don't diverge, instead converge. Don't try to focus on many things. Like, see, chaos happens whenever like entrepreneurship is not like a straight path. It's like a shabby path, ups and downs. Whenever you try to do new things, whenever you try to do something new, there happens a chaos. You have to understand systems, how you can place systems over there. Whenever there is a problem, you have to think, instead of just telling problem, complaining about problem, come and find out a solution. Think about how you can automate that, how you can create a system around it. And that is what it's the most important thing. Like imagine life is all about like principles, and that is what chaos is all about. Don't diverge, instead converge. Try to focus about exactly how you can create solutions instead of complaining about the problem. Focus on it and create a system, and that is how like you will be able to reach your goals extremely fast. And the 10th most important pillar is too much order. Over here is try randomness. Don't just do the same thing again and again and expecting different results, like insanity. Albert Einstein also tells the same thing, right? Too much order. Like example, you wanted like amazing results. You want to go from a point A to B, like consulting. What is consulting all is all about? Taking a person from a point A to point B, taking a person from current situation to desired situation in the least possible time. Do you guys agree or not? Just tell me yes in the chat. Yes, amazing. See, the most important thing is too much order. Like most people do the same thing what they're doing and they try to expect different results. How can it happen? Right? It's not some magic which can happen. You have to either change the process, you have to change the way. See, always remember, like the goal is like constant. Like if you want to hit $1 million, if you want to make so much money, if you want to create something, the goal is same, but the vehicles to the goal can change. Like example, you want to go from New York to Bangalore or like New York to some place. Either you can go through aeroplane. If the air route is not there, like you will not stop like your goal, right? Like going to America. You will change the direction, like you will change the way, the path, right? Like you can go through ship, you can go through different ways, and that is what it's all about. Like don't try to do the same thing and expect different results. If you're not able to get the result, stop that, write it down. Don't try to do the same mistake. Go and try and do something else, and that is how like you'll be able to reach your goals. And the next most important pillar number 11 is battle first. Now micro, not micro. To be happy you need to do some unhappy things also, right? What do I mean is, like as a business there are like so many things, okay? Like there are like so many pillars. Like example, while you're doing Facebook outreach, like you have to message people, you have to add friends, you have to message them, you have to hop on a call. Like on a big level, like 40,000 feet view, if anybody asks you, tell I'm Facebook expert, like I help people do this, right? Like you have to go like macro detail or as well, and that is how like you'll be able to succeed. You have to know every component of your business thoroughly and clearly, or else like how it's going to be is, like imagine there is a pot, there is like water falling into the pot, and there is a small hole in the pot. No matter how much water you put, all the water is draining. Do you guys agree or not? Right? You have to have like clear understanding, no macro, and sometimes you have to do uncomfortable things also. Business is not going to be like cakewalk where you can always be happy and like you will always get what you want. Sometimes you have to do the things what you hate also, right? And that is how like you'll be able to go about, and that is how you do it. The next most important pillar is 12, gigo. Can anyone guess gigo? Gigo, what is that? Yeah, garbage in, garbage out. Right? What is this all about? Is garbage in, garbage out. You are in what you eat. You are the product of who you hang around with your environment. It is all about, it is simple. Like when you feed garbage inside, like when your mind is like full of filth, right? Like full of dirt, full of negative energy, it comes back out. Like example, when we try to do like sales calls or something, some people come shout, hey man, who are you, cut the call. Like they talk something, right? It doesn't reflect who I am. It only shows their reflection, their upbringing, how they have come up, their background, the kind of mentors they had, the kind of family, from which background, from which school they have come from, right? It's all about feed in good information. See, you have to be the ultimate warrior of your life, right? Never allow negative information to penetrate into your head. Always be the change maker, right? Always protect yourself, because see, at the end of the day, you are the only person who is going to stay with you for your rest of your life. Do you guys agree or not? Right? Everyone, like our family members, girlfriend, boyfriend, everybody comes and goes. Nobody is going to stay with us forever, but we are the only person, and our mind is our biggest enemy, right? If you want to win, you have to train it and you have to take over the power, right? Or else like the mind is going to tickle you and make you play like a monkey. Let's do this, let's go there, let's do this, and you will be like a zombie roaming here and there, and we never achieve anything. And that is why always I believe, uh, take good information, feel good information, and that is how like you go to the next level. And the next most important pillar is gatekeeper. Be the gatekeeper. Never allow negative people thoughts to enter your brain, and when it comes down to near you. See, as I've said, like be the ultimate gatekeeper. Imagine, guys, just with an amazing example, like I'll tell you like a quick story. Imagine there is a robber, okay? Will anyone invite a robber to house? Hey, come and come, rob and go, whatever things are there in the house, right? Like we'll kick the robber, or like we will kick the madman out from our house, right? If anybody comes. And why do you want to allow someone like negative person inside like your head, right? When you're not allowing someone to enter like your house, how dare he can enter like your brain, right? Be the ultimate gatekeeper. See, house is also like a material, right? And what is our body? Our body is like more important. Our brain is like more important. Never allow anyone, like any negative person, to like see that like he changes like your emotions or like your thought process. Remove them. Like any negative people who talks about negative things, who never encourages you. In simple terms, if I want to tell, whoever is not helping you to reach your goals or like goals is not necessary for you, right? Do you guys agree or not? You have to be with the people who can help you to reach your goals, who align with your goals and have a big purpose and like big mission, or else it doesn't matter having him with you, right? And that's the most important thing. Be the ultimate gatekeeper of your life. And next most important pillar is shoot people. Do you guys understand like what is like shoot people? Can you guys tell me in the chat? Let's see who's going to answer, right? See, shoot people is optimizing. See, optimizing is the most important pillar. Okay, and yeah, optimizing is an amazing lesson. See, optimizing is all about optimize your needs to do the things. You have great life. See, anybody who doesn't come, I'm not telling you to take a gun and shoot them. Okay, I'm telling you for your brain. Don't mistake me and Akshay and me. Take a gun and shoot everyone who is not aligning with your goal. See, we can't change. See, it is all about the will. The will is something that people should have, the desire, right? Only then you can help them out, or else it is very, 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 very difficult. Do you guys agree or not? People, we can always help with people what they want, not with our wants. If anybody has the desire, we can help them out. Now, if you see, the world's biggest companies are what? The number one is like alcohol, tobacco is like one of the biggest billion-dollar industries. Do you guys agree or not? Right? Everybody knows it is not good for the body, but still people consume it, use it, right? Now you have to analyze what is that like you have to optimize every single day, and like you have to start working. Like example, when Henry Ford, when he found Ford Motors, he was approximately more than 45 years old. There are like more than 500 plus people competitors who were also able to create that, like who were in the market, who were founding car, right, who were inventing the car and the mission. Henry Ford was not a very from a very wealthy family, or like neither he was having all the resources. But how he was able to succeed was he had that critical thinking, and he kept on optimizing every single day, improvement, and that is what it's the most important thing. When you improve every single day, like you will be able to reach your goals extremely fast, and that is how Henry Ford was able to conquer like the car motors in the early years. And that is what every day optimize. Make sure that today is the last day of your life, right? And if you work, imagine someone asks, a lot of people think like, what should I do? What should I do? Imagine a robber comes to you and tells you, hey, where is the gold with the gun with on your forehead? You are going to tell him instantly, right? You're not going to tell tomorrow. I'm going to tell you, like day after tomorrow. I'm going to tell you, because life is more important. In the same way, you have to work every single day. Like the time is the most important pillar, right? And that is what it's all about. And the next most important pillar is why people procrastinate. Do you guys agree or not? Like the biggest problem out there in the world is procrastination, right? Like overthinking what's going to happen, what will the world think, what will my parents think, what will my friends think. Let's do it. I am not perfect, right? I have to have perfect things. Trust me, guys, in this whole world, nothing is like perfect. Okay, nothing, like almost nothing was done perfectly. You have to life to success is like a shabby way. Like there'll be like ups and downs. You have to identify and start taking action. See, most people think they lack motivation problem. See, it is not like that. Motivation, like everybody has the motivation. Like the big problem is they don't have discipline, right? Like discipline is the most important thing. See, when you have discipline, automatically it is going to come. A lot of people go to motivational seminars, like people like always clapping, always jumping. You get motivated for some few minutes, right? Again, after you come to house, after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you are doing the same process. But what's the most important thing? That is what I learned from my mentor, Sam Owens, right? Have like monk-like discipline. When you have like great discipline, right? No matter what, become the person whom you want to become. Become the person like no matter what, right? When you have that great discipline with you, nothing, nobody in the world can stop you. Do you guys agree or not? Neither government, neither friends, neither family members. You have to have that self-control, and that's the most important thing. When you take control of you and when you have a bigger purpose, right, automatically you will stop procrastinating. Procrastination is all about like giving excuse, right? Like I can do it, I know a lot of things, but there'll be like right time, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be like little more perfect, right? Tomorrow I'm going to record, I'm going to buy one new camera, right? Like a iPhone, I'm going to get a new DSLR, right? Never do it. Start taking imperfect action. If you wait for tomorrow, tomorrow is not going to come. It will take like so many years. When was the best time to plant a tree? Can anyone guess? When was the best time to plant a tree? It was 20 years back. And the next best time is right now. Do you guys agree or not? Right? And that's the most important thing. And the next most important pillar is pillar number 16. Stick to the process. See, a lot of people, even I was like so much fascinated when I came into this internet marketing, consulting, all these things. I thought like I have to do like so many different things in order to reach the goals or like to come where I'm today. See, I've gone to 100 plus events. At everything, I got like so much clarity after learning from Sam and being part of his programs. Only three things matters. If you understand this thing, like you can have a widely profitable business. One is having a great niche, right? Pick up one niche. It doesn't matter. There is always someone who can be like taller, smarter, stronger than you, and there is always someone who wants to learn from you. Do you guys agree or not? It doesn't matter who we are. There is always someone who wants to learn from us. Pick out one niche and pick out one offer, one no-brainer offer. What is that one thing? What is that one painful problem which people want, and start helping them with that. And third is like results automatically come. Niche offer results. If you identify that, like you'll be able to reach your goals extremely fast. And next most important pillar is books. See, the books, like books should be categorized into like four different sections. If you really want to have a business online and like if you want to scale it like more, like these are the most important pillars like you have to identify. Like you have to read books about mindset, because only when your mind is right you can do other things as well. It doesn't matter which industry you're into. And sales, you have to learn how to sell effectively on phone, on call, like negotiation skill, influencing skills, and marketing and copywriting and business strategies. If you learn and read about these books like effectively every single day or like every week, like you will be able to grow. And these are the most important books, like these category books, like you have to learn, right? And that is how like you can get the most things in the life. It's always by learning. And the next most important pillar is 18 shit people. Can anyone guess what's that? Right? These are the toxics. See, get rid of them, okay? It's like a disease. See, it is like right now everyone knows the COVID disease, right? You go out there, like you simply touch someone or like you shake hand with someone, like no matter how strong you are, even you'll also get the virus, right? It is the same example with the people also. Always hang around with the people whom you want to become. Keep the people away whom you think is like not relevant, who talks not about negative things, who doesn't help you to reach your goals. See, why I'm telling you again and again is this is like so important. That is what I learned from my mentors, right? Always surround yourself with the people whom you want to become like, and that is how like you can reach your goals extremely fast. And next most important pillar is want to find an idea. And what is idea? I'll tell you. See, a lot of people tell, I'm not getting an idea what to do, how to do, right? See, the most important thing what you have to see is look for a problem. want to help yourself and help others, which will give you even money. See, instead of just thinking about what idea to choose, what I have to do, what I must not do, like you have to see what is the problem people have. Go to like Facebook groups, go to the market, like go to the people around in your surrounding, go and find out what is the problem they have. Right? Automatically by seeing that problem, you see whether you can find out a solution. And if people are ready to pay, automatically you have done, right? Like every single day think about, like, see, like it's all about, you don't need like a million different ideas, you just need one idea or like two ideas, like you will be able to succeed extremely fast. Just go find out solutions. The next most important pillar is 20th, why productivity is like bullshit. Like a lot of people think the secret is to do less, not more. Do you guys agree or not? Lot of people, what do you guys they think they have to do like so many things. Awesome, I can see the comments. Yes, that's great. See, a lot of people think productivity is all about like you have to do 10 different things, like you have to prioritize, you have to do this, you have to do that, like you have to do this. See, it's not actually true. The secret is do less. Find out like your competence. What are you extremely powerful? Play on like your super strengths and delegate everything else. Right. And that is the most important thing. The secret is to do less. Most people try to do everything on their own and they end up not doing anything. They open their blogs every single day. They go to YouTube. They open 5 different blogs. They feel I'm so productive when at the end of the day, when you see the cash register or like the tracking sheet of the sales, they're like zero sales. But when you go and ask them, they tell like, you know what? I read like 5 podcasts I saw, 2 books I read, like 3 YouTube videos I saw, and 500 people I had liked. See, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do. The most important thing is what is the thing which are moving the needle in your business? Are you able to generate revenue? Right? And that is the most important thing. Focus on the most important thing. And it's not about many things you do, it's all about less things and the most productive things. And that is what I learned from Sam. Right? Like productivity is like bullshit, focus on the most important things, few things. And the next most important pillar is isolation. See, why isolation is so important, I'll tell you. Isolation, unlocking the windows, closing the doors, and neglecting everything is ultimate strategy to win. See, in life, there is like two things. One is like you can be the person where everybody, like your friends, tell, oh, you're so awesome. Like you come to the parties every single day, every week. Like your cousins think you are amazing. Like whenever you call them, you are like there to talk to them, right? See, what happens is there are like two things. You can't get both the things. Either like be the person, enjoy like your life by not focusing on your goal, or like focus on your goal. You can't have both the things. Do you guys agree or not? Like Tony Robbins also tells, burn the boats, right? You can't get both the things, either stay in the island or like go in the ship, right? Like you can't keep one leg in the island and one leg in the ship. If you keep both the legs, you're going to fall inside the water. Do you guys agree or not? Right? And that's the most important thing. Isolate every single day. Even if you can't work like 5 hours or like 6 hours a day, focus on like the most important thing, like 2 hours, 3 hours, right? Close all like notification, WhatsApp, everything, okay? And close all the tabs, everything. Focus on the most important thing which will help you to move the needle, and that's the key, right? Isolate yourself, and that's how like you'll be able to reach your goal. Isolate and focus on the most important thing. The next most important pillar is social media. See, social media apps, emails is the cancer that's rampant in today's world. And why you need to cut it, it's all about, see, the world's best people, like, see, Mark Zuckerberg, like, see, I'm grateful and thankful for them. At the same time, they are controlling ourselves, right? Like, do you guys agree or not? Like the big tech giants like YouTube, Facebook, they know us better than anybody else. They are like the god also. Like some people call them as a god, right? See, social media, it is good when you are using it for business and like for where you are able to help impact. See, always be a producer, not a consumer. Okay, like being a producer where you produce content and like people are like where you are able to share your message, that is good. Whereas if you do it in the other way, like consuming, seeing random videos on the feed, commenting, liking, and doing something which is not relevant, it doesn't do any impact. And that's why the most important thing what you have to do is like fix a time every single day, like 30 minutes or like 1 hour. Only that time you're going to open social media and do the things like posting everything. Again, like you block that time. Or else, do you guys agree or not? Social media is something like you go out there for 5 minutes you think to use, and it goes like so much time it goes off, right? Like you think of using it for 10 minutes, but 1 hour goes off, right? And that is why it is very important. Like you guys have to see that movie. I forgot that movie name, and I'm going to put it in the chat. Like a very famous movie. It was a very highly rated Netflix documentary, right? Like recently, I've seen that they tell like how social medias are like big giants and like controlling the whole world. You guys have to see that movie, and that's the key. Like when you are able to control yourself, like you'll be able to reach your goals extremely fast. And the next pillar is like 23rd, holding a constant. Holding a constant is all about having a constant is the only way the human mind can understand causality and identify the root cause. It frees up computational horsepower that can be used to double down the main area of focus. See, over here, the most important thing is holding a constant. Like you have to know what is like your goal and hold some things constant and some things variable. Every single day, do the things what is like most important thing and which is not helping you to reach your goals. Don't just cure the symptom, cut the root cause. Like example, like social media, like in opening Instagram, like you gets deviated, right? Like instead of, if you're not able to control like yourself, remove the app itself from your phone. If it is not helping you to reach your goals, does it make sense? Just tell me yes. Okay, like removing the root cause is the most important thing. Don't be, because there is only certain thing which you can control like yourself, and many things which we can't control our own self. That thing, remove the root cause. It's like even in the garden when the weeds come, you just cut on the top of the plant, again it's going to grow. If you remove the root, it's gone forever. Do you guys agree or not? Just tell me yes. The next most important pillar is like masters. See over here, masters, smart entrepreneurs who build systems, do the work. See, systems, building systems is the most important thing. Like even Henry Ford said, a man without a mission is called slave. A man with a mission is called like vice person. Do you guys agree or not? Right? Having a system is the most important thing. When you have a system, like you'll be able to go to the next level. And the next pillar, number 25, is the way you achieve anything is through doing opposite things. See, this is like counterintuitive. Like you just have to ask yourself, go and see like your surrounding, go and do a survey in your market or like your place. Go and ask yourself, why is somebody not able to reach his goal even after like 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, or even 70 years? Go and do a research, right? What they have done, and you do exactly opposite. Do you guys agree or not? Right? When many people are not able to reach their goals, and find, ask them what you are doing. How does your life work? Right? They tell, they wake up, they do like household works, they sit on social media, they go to work, they come back, they watch TV for 2 hours, afterwards 2 hours on social media, like that, right? And you just have to identify what they are doing and think about how differently you can do. Because if you want to live their life, you can do the same thing. But if you want to have an amazing life than them, do the opposite things. Do you guys agree or not? Right? TV is for like broke people, right? Watching news. See, I'm not telling TV is completely bad. There are like some good things also which you can watch, like good movies also are there. But you have to feed in like good information. That is what I mean. And the next most important pillar is business isn't about coming up with the idea. A lot of people believe this thing, right? Like my idea, what if anybody comes and steals of the idea, right? Like when I was in school, like like people used to always tell, never share your idea. Somebody is going to steal your idea. See, it doesn't matter. There is always someone who is smarter, taller, and better. See, business isn't about coming up with the idea. It's not about luck. It's not about timing. It's not about any of this crap. It's all about you have to know what is that big thing which you want to solve, and like you have to first conquer like yourself, like great personality development. And like when you practice and when you have prepared well, right, like you will be able to conquer whatever you want to do. And business is not just about idea, it's all about having great self discipline, having great obsession, having great why. And it's all about like cause and effect. If your causes are good, you get rewarded. If your causes are bad, you'll be punished. Do you guys agree or not? It is very simple, like karma, right? You will be always paid for the proportionate of the problem you solve. And the next most important pillar is everything is made up of like building blocks. Building blocks is all about, when you see, understanding the building blocks is the secret to mastery. See, everything there is like layers, okay? There is like different layers, like emotional layer, cognizant layer, like awareness stage, like different stages. Our brain is a mission. And for you to literally get whatever you want in your life, like you have to know like different layers of like your brain. When you identify like all the different layers of your brain, like you will be able to succeed extremely fast. And it is very, very, very simple. It doesn't matter what you know, who copies like your idea, it all doesn't matter. When you are having great mindset, when you work upon like having a full stack knowledge, that is why I always tell having a full stack knowledge is very important. Having good mental awareness, mental cognition, like thinking ability, planning ability, delegation, execution, business principles, values, and business disciplines, business processes. And these all, when you stack everything properly, and that is how like even billionaires also think. And this is the most important pillar, right? Everything is made up of building blocks. You have to become good in multiple things. And next, 28, the next pillar is bias for studying success. Over here, people have a bias for studying success stories and what went right. See, smart people like to learn from failure stories, what went wrong. And the most important thing is like you have to know, if you really want to succeed, right? Like if you really want to succeed, like you have to make sure that you learn from failures. Success only teaches few things. Do you guys agree or not? You can learn more from failures, and like you'll be able to learn more from more from other people mistakes. Like failure teaches you so many things. Do you guys agree or not? Just tell me yes in the chat. Like smart people learn from failures, learn from other people mistakes. That is what Sam Owens did. Like I'm so grateful to him because I was able to learn from so many mistakes which Sam also did. Right? When you have mentor, you learn from other people mistakes, or else life is too short to do all mistakes on your own. And the next most important pillar is you are responsible for everything. Do you guys agree or not? Right? You are responsible for everything you have. Like all the things, all the money in your bank, all the friends, all the name, reputation, everything, whatever you have is all because of you. The most successful people in the world take full responsibility for everything they have and will have in their life. It is all about like you have to know what is that like which you want to achieve, and like take full responsibility. When with responsibility, like the more money you make, the more impact you can make. At the same time, like you get like more responsibilities, and that is how you can go about. And the next pillar is know your customers better than themselves. And if you even check like Amazon or like Google, all these companies, they know the customers better than themselves. Do you guys agree or not? Right? Like Facebook can predict. How many of you guys have seen that movie of like AI and like the things which is getting implemented in China or like many countries, right? Like right now, like AI softwares or like big multi-billion-dollar industries, they know very well what we are going to eat tomorrow, like where we are going to go, which photo, if it pops up on like a feed, you are going to watch it for like more time. All these things, and that is why it is so important for you to know uh, what is that like which you want to achieve, and like what is that like which you want to go about, and what is like your biggest problems your customers have. Without you, they can't solve it. And if you know those things, and like you'll be able to reach your, like your goals extremely fast. And next most important productivity secret pillar is all the most important three things matters is like your individuality. See, one thing is it is not about like just having a mentor is amazing, great, but you have to take action. Do you guys agree or not? You can have the world's best mentor, but if you don't take any action, you won't get any results. You'll have amazing knowledge in your head, but you can't get any results, right? Like you have to be faithful to your mentor, like you have to be loyal, you have to have a good environment, and you have to have a good routine, right? Like sleeping at the same time, waking up at the same time, executing ruthlessly without giving excuses. Like Christmas came, New Year came, or like some other festival came, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. Just remember this. Either like you can sacrifice your goals, or like your goals becomes your sacrifice. You have to choose two things. You want to sacrifice your goals, or like you want to sacrifice other things. Like goal should be your topmost priority. And the last pillar today, the most important pillar is people don't have business success. See, this is like counterintuitive. Okay, like a lot of people think what you're telling, Akshay. Like, see, what I've learned from Sam is Sam tells in a very simple terms. Business is not about B2B or like B2C. It is all about like people to people, P2P. And next most important thing is a lot of people when they face any problem, they go with the funnel, they fix the Facebook ad, all these things. But the most important thing is like business. People don't have business success. They have personal success that reflects in the business. Do you guys agree or not? Just tell me yes if you guys agree. See, it is all about you have to know what is that like which you want to do, and like based upon that, like you'll be able to improve. It's all about when you have like your good family with you, and when you are able to have like good people with you, good team members with you, the support what you get is like extreme. Do you guys agree or not? Right? All the people who have a team, or like all the people who have already got married or something, do you guys agree or not? Whatever support you get from like your partner, or like whatever support you get from your mother or like your brother is like top notch, right? Even the whole world tells you can't do it. When the closest person to you tells you can do it, you get more confidence. Do you guys agree or not? Right? And that's the most important thing. In fact, Sam himself tells, right? Like he was able to get like so much success after he got married to his girlfriend as well, right? See, and this shows every successful person have an amazing woman behind them. Do you guys agree or not? Right? Every great successful entrepreneur have someone amazing with them, right? And this is what is the biggest learnings what I've learned from Sam. 32 from 32 years, right? Like 32 pillars, 32 years. Today, Sam turned 32 years, right? And this is the most important thing, right? And that is what it's all about. Like when you have the right goal, when you have the right mentor, when you have the right system, by constantly implementing, taking massive inspired action, like you will be able to reach your goals. And like the sky is the limit. See, sky is not the limit, it's the artificial boundary, right? It's all about when you laser focus, when you go out there, like you will be able to reach whatever pinnacle of success you want. And that is how like we can do amazing things. And do let me know if you guys have any questions or like doubts in the chat. And how was it like the entire presentation? Do tell me, guys. And yeah, this was like the amazing feedback what I got. And for all the people who wants like more support, who wants like my help, like exactly how to get started, want a clarity call, exactly how to get started or like what to do, like you can book a call with me. Like you can just go to like Google and type akshayrajsheakaran.com, AKSHAYR.RAJSHEAKARAN, right? It is like simple, like you just have to go to Google and you can type the name, and yeah, and that's how you can come and book a call. And it's all about taking action, guys, and that is what I learned from my mentor. And I'm so grateful and thankful to my amazing mentor. Because of him I was able to reach to where I'm today right now, right? And that is how like we'll be able to achieve whatever we want in our life. And you guys have any words to tell, like I'm going to unmute you guys who's interested, want to tell like 1 or 2 words. How was like today's session? Like you can tell. I'll say for like Rajkumar. Yeah, Rajkumar, I'm unmuting you.
Okay.
It was
Yes.
awesome, man.
It's
Short and to the point.
you have covered lot of things, almost everything that you have learned from him, and you implemented at the same time. And it is in several very nice topics and fundamental basic things that we should take care while we are on the journey of taking business or scaling business or even starting business also.
Absolutely. And what was your biggest takeaway, Rajkumar, from today's session?
Yes. The biggest takeaways is that the one thing that I have most resonate with that we have to choose a mentor where we can resonate most with our thought process or our belief systems, where we can make a congruence with his steps or his theory and principles of the business or whatever we do in our life. And the second best takeaways is that the reflection of our inside personal issues is directly proportionality in our any adventure, and so we have to make a balance and we have to find the void, and that's how we can make track for ourselves.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, Asif, like what was our biggest takeaway?
Am I audible?
Yes.
My biggest takeaways are like we need to be narrow focus.
Hmm.
We have to focus in one thing. Then only after going to our level, we have to focus on another thing. And one biggest thing that what I do the mistake is like I don't take proper sleep. So that one thing that I will take care of. That if we have a proper sleep, that you told right, like if you have a proper sleep, we'll be more productive. And we have to
Hmm.
plan our day every single day, and we have to track it our time, and everything is like everything what we do in our life is we are responsible for that, whatever we have, whether we are really successful or whether we are like we have nothing. It is solely responsible like we only. Yeah, these are the
Absolutely.
things.
Yeah. It was super amazing. Thank you everyone for sharing whatever like your key takeaways. And once again, let us wish Sam Owens a very happy birthday. Right.
Happy birthday, Sam.
Right. And thank you so much everyone for taking your super valuable time. And see you soon. Bye for now. Have a great day, everyone.